Hello to my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it, Aries. Aries rules first house. First house is all about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, outlook on life. So I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart. Aries just happens to rule first house. So wherever Aries is in your birth chart, let's get into it. I am safe and protected. Source is the great I am, safe and protect. You're safe and protected. Source. So wherever Aries is in your birth chart, wherever Aries is in your birth chart. Some energies had a first impression of you, your temperament, your appearance, your self-image, your self-awareness, or your outlook on life. And so you may have forgotten for a minute that you have source inside of you and that you are safe and protected. But here we have 255 new choices. Changes are indicators. Changes are coming and will bring new decisions for you to make. Your angels encourage you to greet these changes as assurance that your intentions are coming to be. Reflect on a negative emotion or worry that you've been ruminating on lately. Take time to visualize it withering into the universe and let it go. So somebody may have been having some kind of visions in your mind that some energies were being stubborn. Well, source is saying no. Peace. Be at peace with self, like go into prayer mode. This is the energy that I'm picking up here. It's like something in your spirit is saying you're going to be at peace with something. You're trusting source. So the I am is saying that you're safe and you're protected, because you could be having a tower moment. You got to remember, Aries, or which are my first house, the moment the intention is sent out, because it's with intention, right? By word, thought, or deed. The intention is sent out to hurt, harm anybody. Yep, that's put out in the energy, that's put out in the atmosphere. It's coming, it's already started making its way back. Karma has already started making its way back, right? So people can choose whether they want their karma or dharma, right? You want good to come back to you or bad to come back to you. That's why I talk about high vibration on my channel so much, knowing who source is inside of you. It doesn't matter who it is. They can be wearing a mask, whoever, it don't matter. No matter who it is. So you don't have to. What source is trying to get somebody to see is that you sticking around waiting to see something happen is really going to cause you to have a tower moment where the tower falls on you. That's what source is trying to tell somebody, is like that has been somebody's sort of downfall, is sitting around waiting. A lot of people have had their karma a gazillion times over. You just may not have seen it. Just like you may have had whatever energy you sent out to the universe a million times over, and other people haven't seen it. Like you could have been suffering in silence, and people never knew what was going on behind closed doors, right? So, source is trying to help somebody to, when this moon in Capricorn is the energy supports release, discipline, reflection on long-term goals, right? Capricorn rules 10th house. We're not talking about any Capricorns that you know, but we're talking about 10th house would be career, life goals, public image, father aspect of things, the masculine energy, social status, fame. Source is basically trying to help everybody to not ruin their own future by sending out negative energy. And so if you are impulsive because energies are in your ear, bullies are in your ear, and you're fire energy and you make an impulsive move, it's like really having a backdraft, right? The source is saying that you're safe and protected. You're safe and protected. So rest in that and walk away from anything that would make you look like a fool. Source is saying you march something about your energy. You march to the beat of your own drum, and it's like you're dealing with either organizations or people who are sort of like bullying types of spirits that you need to go into prayer for, to ask God for clarity. Like you really need to say, Source, I need to be so clear. Source really wants somebody to see how this person has on a yellow dress. Whether you're a man or woman, you could put on a yellow tie, a dress, or man or woman, it doesn't really matter. Put some kind of yellow on, but this really is about the sun, right? Um, and get out in the fresh air. Get out in the fresh air. If you have amethyst, you don't have to buy any amethyst if you have it, because it connects you with your crown chakra. And basically, so it's saying get out and get some fresh air. Don't do anything foolish, because the great I am is inside of you and you're already safe and protected. But it could be some other energies that you're not seeing, right? Fifth house is all about romance, creativity, children, projects, fun, self expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good. Some energies think something is all fun and games. To play with energies like personal resources. Okay, I had to make some more room. To play with people's second house, which is personal resources, money, habits, possessions, values, financial security, self worth, and income. The source is saying, don't be a fool by creating your own karmic cycle that's going to keep you attached to something in the spirit realm, like keep you chained where something has a chain reaction, like a backdraft, and have a chain reaction, right, causing you to have a tower moment, because you're looking at, I gotta physically see someone or people go through a tower moment because you feel like some energies disrupted your peace, right? So it's like, no, you don't ever have to physically, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. That's what you being around familiar spirits, where they got to physically see something to believe it. And this is really a test of someone's faith in source. This is a test of someone's faith in source, right? So here's the Seven of Cups here. So it's to say the devil is in the details. Something is already closed out. Something is already closed out. So you just need to keep your vibrations high. So some things have been uncovered. Some things have been uncovered, right? Rebirth. Some things have been uncovered with two things. So you're going through a rebirth essentially, and the scales from your eyes have been removed. Remember, eighth house. So moving from seventh house to eighth house, source is exposing something within you in terms of you've had people's backs, loved ones' backs, but they haven't had your backs, right? And that's the. It's like you heard this saying, like if it was a snake, if it was a snake, it would bit you, right? That's kind of how the saying goes, right? These are loved ones that you're continuing to flip over all these bowls. Like, okay, I wonder if it's under here. I wonder if it's under there. I wonder. And so it's like, why you keep wondering when you can go directly to source in prayer and meditation? Source will show you exactly what's under what. Like, who has stabbed you in the back? Like, why are you wondering who has stabbed you in the back when you can go directly to prayer? Yeah. So it's saying close something out. Something could have happened during a Saturn return for you. Something could have happened during a Saturn return for you. Um, and somebody stabbed somebody in their back in business. You had somebody's back in business and they turned around and went to court. I don't know who I'm talking to when I say this. They went to court, whether it was spiritual court or physical court, and did something to betray you. This is why somebody is having so much anxiety. You could literally feel it in your back, like you carried some energies on your back, but they stabbed you in the back. Something about betrayal for you should help you to close out cycles airtight. This should help you to close out cycles airtight. There should be no more talking about it, enforcing a boundary. There's nothing else to talk about. Whether it's physical or in the spiritual realm, yeah, it's nothing else to talk about, because somebody is kind of like spinning their wheels, almost like trying to figure out, like going all around. I put a comment on my video one time, like going around Robin Hood's barn, and then somebody told me kind of like It's like, oh, they were telling me something about Robin Hood's barn. But anyway, source is saying to you, somebody is going all over, like around and around and around. But source is saying to you that you're safe and protected. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to here, but somebody is safe and protected from anything like touching you. Something, I don't know who I'm talking to, but yeah. Maybe somebody needs to stop watching something because I'm looking at cups. Cups energy is reflective. Maybe you need to stop listening to something or watching something because something is causing somebody some kind of anxiety to make you feel unsafe and unprotected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Whoever it is, I feel like somebody has a secret desire to end somebody, like, and could be asking why. Why hasn't something ended? Why hasn't something this and that? When source is saying, why haven't you gone directly to source in prayer? So, what responsibilities or burdens is Aries ready to release? Yeah, something is not your responsibility. Source is the one that's making the sense. Source has already completed something. Here's the Seven of Cups here. Something is already complete. Something has already gone all over the world. Something has gone all around the world by the internet. Something has been sent all over the world. So somebody should feel fulfilled. It's almost like somebody almost feels like a karma isn't good enough. That's when you know you tiptoed over into a God complex. Because water is reflective, right? So I feel like for you, Aries, you could have someone in your life who um, you may have had their back in whatever way your definition of having someone's back is, right? Because you're having someone's back may not be the same definition of them having yours or whatever. Here's a seven of, so something is closed out. Something was already done. That people are aware of something. So something has been fulfilled. Something that you wanted done was already done, right? So let's say something is closed out. Anything else you do beyond that would be foolish because now you're bringing karma. It's like somebody is aware by word, thought, or deed. It's like you know at this point you're bringing karma onto yourself, and that's what somebody's like. You're who you could be You could be talking to energies who are disrupting your peace because they have a bullying spirit, saying, "Okay, you're not doing enough. Like you're not doing enough. Like remember the number seven. So somebody could be saying somebody made you look like a fool. You're not doing enough. Whoever you're, a man or woman. So seventh, but somebody may not realize that staying in relationship with certain energies are showing source your secret enemies. Somebody has two secret enemies that they still like. You're still talking to some secret enemies, and just them continuing to keep saying something over and over and over again is causing you nightmares. Words are spells. And so you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again. It's invoking nightmares for you. So it's like somebody is playing mind games with somebody and like getting you riled up. Y'all know how like when we talk about like when you're younger, this right here is sacral chakra, developed between the ages of 8 years old and 14. You know how somebody is like um throws a rock and hides their hands, right? It's like the energy's instigating something. Oh, somebody made you look like a fool. I wouldn't let that go. You know, that kind of thing. And you keep hearing it over and over and over again, and it's invoking nightmares. So source is saying one, through your ear gate and eye gate, through your ear and eye gate, stop listening to and stop talking to certain energies, right? Because you're trying to protect yourself and get away from distractions. So this is where somebody is really learning how to enforce boundaries. And Saturn, this right here, Saturn. Source is saying to you, that's an outer planet. You're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses. Remember, the judgment card, which is Pluto, is retrograde. I want to say until October 24th. It's been an emotional roller coaster for everybody. So source is saying you're feeling something either in your back, but it's going to start moving down to your calves, your ankles, your shins, your Achilles, on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that's really sort of saying, okay, it's time for you to continue closing out cycles in love and get away from distractions. Stop listening to, stop talking to energies, um, that you feel unsafe and protected by. That could be anybody, whether they're connected to you or you watching something on such something is triggering someone's emotions. I mean, somebody's nightmares. So say you need to raise your frequency, because when the moon moves through Pisces, when I talk about any Pisces rules the 12th house, which is spirituality, addictions, psychic abilities, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, and emotions. Source is saying to you, somebody knows exactly which emotion, what nerve to step on. Like somebody knows how to step on that reserve nerve, right? See how this person is flipping over the bowls? It's like somebody knows exactly which nerve to step on that's going to send you off to, you got fire and add air to it. So it's like that's going to send you off into uh it's your way or the highway that's going to really hit something that's going to really hit a nerve. So it's almost like you got somebody could be around some energies that's constantly just digging, 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 digging. Hey, watch this, listen to that, do this, do that, and constantly doing and keep reiterating that somebody could have made you look like a fool. Like let's say you dated somebody and somebody's saying, see, like it's like having that so-called friend that keeps sending you pictures of, like, they go on to Facebook or some of the other sites, maybe Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and keep sending you stuff while you trying to heal. Is that really your friend, or is it a hidden enemy? They'd like to see you have nightmares. At some point, sources saying at some point you're gonna have to learn how to close and enforce a boundary. Close out something airtight. I'm not trying to hear that, not trying to see it. I had nothing to do with me. I'm in prayer and meditation. I'm trying to hear from God. The end of that. You're not doing anything but making it worse. That's what somebody's getting ready to start saying to people. It's like, I'm safe and I'm protected. You're not doing anything. You just don't, you're making it worse. What is the motive? What is the motive? Because before Nine of Swords is Eight of Swords, right? Then basically somebody standing in your face trying to project their bad day onto you. Every time you have a good day, they're trying to project their bad day onto you. You're in good spirits. They see that you're happy, but this is what some of these energies do to a lot of energies. So Source is saying, what outdated goals or ambitions no longer align with your soul's purpose? For my Aries source, what outdated goals or ambitions no longer align with Aries soul purpose? Yeah, being around people who Eight of Swords you and not Nine of Swords in them. People who hate to see you're in a good mood, people that hate to see that you're happy, so they got to bring you some bad news, dump their bad day onto you. So it's like, you're about to pull out Nine of Swords. Nope, nope, I'm having a good day. Here you bringing up some stuff that's already over. I've already moved on with my life. I'm not trying to hear that. Ain't trying to listen to it. Not trying to see it. Don't be sending me no text messages with no images or videos. Nothing that's going to cause me to feel unsafe and unprotected. I don't need the confusion. The Magician card. So, in other words, somebody is learning how to enforce boundaries so it doesn't cause you to be depressed or feel like your back is against the wall where you have to feel like you're forced to take some kind of action now. This thing is depressing me. Is and I got some physical, I got some proof of something. Because remember, the water connects us with the physical realm, right? Heart chakra is the gateway between the physical and the spiritual realm. And so somebody is like, you know what? You're letting source fight whatever battles that you're in. So if somebody has a friend, I don't know why I feel like it's like two women and somebody has a friend that keeps sending you some pics, some images or videos of somebody's boyfriend or ex, whoever, like basically like, see, they posted their new person online or whatever. So it's like that is a hidden enemy. If they know that something has hurt you or caused you to be sad and depressed, you pour it out to them and they still keep trying to pour that toxin into your spirit. And they see, well, your back is against the wall. It's like somebody secretly sitting back with a Cheshire cat grin, like they're a puppeteer controlling your emotions. Like, okay, now I know exactly what I can say to get them. Oh, I love to see Aries go off and bring out that blowtorch. Oh, I love it. I love it. Mm-mm. Remember, you at number 7. They trying to bring you back to number 4. Why would somebody who loves you pull you back into something? Here's a Knight of Swords when you trying to stay focused. somebody who rode a motorcycle, you have somebody in common, they're going through a nightmare. This could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But source is saying they're whoever the energy is, something about them, they like to talk about family. Like every time you're in a good mood, they like to talk about family, but it's always in a hurtful way that invokes nightmares for you, whoever you are. They like to talk about family. They like to talk about home life, sense of security, ancestry, self care, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, pets, anything that's going to bring you to a point of depression, right? They like to talk about those subjects, right? They like to talk about renewal of something, whether it's a renewal of a lease on a car or a house or an apartment or a condo or whatever, some kind of a renewal of something. Sexuality, they like to talk about death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance. They like to talk about loans, the occult, mystery, intimacy, or they like to talk about spirituality, addictions, psychic abilities, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, emotions, anything that you love to talk about, they like to talk about the dark side of it. And so source is saying to you, you got to know the difference between somebody who is shining a light on that to bring you into the light and someone who wants to keep you in darkness about things. And that's what source is trying to help you learn how to close out cycles in light and learn how to operate in the spirit of faith. Because something that you wanted to accomplish or fulfill has been fulfilled or accomplished. And source says move on. But you're also cutting out, you're creating boundaries for the energies who are still living a nightmare, who want you to be like misery loves company, who wants you to be in a nightmare too. They trying to loop them, so they trying to connect their nightmare to yours. When sources like emotionally, it's time you've been carrying their emotions on your back for a long time while they're making you look like a fool, whoever this is, a fool in reverse. And so that day ends immediately. You're putting a manhole cover. Anybody who is not trying to pull you out of a dark place and remind you that there's an option of vibrating in a higher frequency, that means that their wishes are being fulfilled and yours is not. You're leaving them behind and back, thus sending the spell work right back. Whoever you're connected to, almost like they don't even want you to be happy. So say that ends right now. That ends right now. You ain't talking to them anymore. They start talking that negative mess, trying to pull you down to a dark place because you're in a good headspace. Oh, let me send you this video. Let me send you this recording. Let me show you this. I gotta show you this picture. Whatever, anything that brings you down to a dark place of like I was impulsive. Maybe I should have thought something through first. I was having so many nightmares. I wasn't thinking clearly. I should have gotten as far away from something as possible. Anything that bringing you, that source is exposing a hidden enemy. Misery loves company. So that's what the outdated goals or ambitions that you no longer align with your soul's purpose, Aries. Something no longer aligned. It's almost like somebody was secretly hating on the fact that you were happy with someone and it just couldn't see it. You were happy with your money, happy with your love life, and they just could not see it. And somebody could not see it at first, but source will expose a hidden enemy. They can't hide. They thought they had gotten away with something. See, you're looking, see, in the physical sense, because sacral chakra deals with the physical existence of the physical auric layer, right? Because these energies are physically close to you. You think somebody got away with something in the physical sense. So some energies knew exactly how, some energies looked at you and said, we got to keep our friends close, but keep the enemies closer. Source had to expose them, those energies who saw you as an enemy close. They felt like they were keeping you closer to them, but really what source was saying, you, the God in you, exposed that they were a secret hater, a secret enemy of yours, and somebody had to bring that to light, bring a light to that, shine a light on it, right? Because meek does not mean weak. You're now letting God fight your battles. So when people see that you're all happy and you're in good spirits and you skipping around and doing multiple things at a time, that as it relates to this reading, these loved ones who create something to bring your day down because they see that you got too big of a smile on your face, you got a little razzle dazzle on however you dress, maybe that tie is sparkling, or them shoes are shining a little too bright, and or you got on a nice pretty dress or something like that, and they like, oh, okay, well, how did Aries attract this person, place, or thing? How they get that house? How they get this person? How they get that car? How they get this and that? And they got to come and create some kind of nightmare, remind you of some kind of a nightmare. This gonna be you right here, elbows up, as far away from them like you on a motorcycle, getting as fast away from them as possible. Somebody just hates to see your happiness. You're taking a page out of people's books. They just quietly move on with their lives. And the first thing they say, oh, your words are going to be used against you. You said this and you said that, and your words are going to be used against you. You got a smart mouth, all this other stuff. So it's like, well, somebody is learning how to live a soft life, both in your physical and in the spiritual realm. You're creating something new that you can protect. Somebody could have love coming across their path, but I feel like now, in terms of your money and as far as love life, somebody is really praying over their divine connections. It's not just, I'm going to be friends with somebody because we know people. Nope. You're praying over every decision you make and whoever you connect with because you want hidden enemies, people who are in your face, you're showing you that they don't like you. They tell you in your face they don't like you. But the ones who smile in your face and secretly will stab you in the back, Source is exposing everybody, no matter who they are. Man, woman, raccoon. It don't everybody, everybody being exposed. But look, so Source is saying to you, you know, some energies like to see you in survival mode. It's like somebody like to see you in survival mode. Like you being meek as a lamb, a high vibrating Aries. It's almost like people want to see your hair all wild all over the place, like you roaming through the jungle somewhere, panting, tongue hanging down to like a lion, like your tongue hanging down to the mid part of your chest and your solar plexus chakra, and flies flying around your ears, and they just like you in the on the nature channel. So somebody is going to say, oh, you making something all about you, blah, blah, blah. It don't really matter. Your words are going to be used against you, but you said this and you said that. Remember this, you're safe and protected. You ain't paying them no mind. None. It don't make any sense. And so it's not making you any money. And we're not just talking about, because money is not everything, but you know your worth and your value. Somebody's been treating you like, two energies have been treating you like a charity case. Every single time you seem happy about something, and this has been going on and reason we've seen the sacral chakra here, these are energies that they had the same type of a spirit that dates all the way back between, as far back as somebody can remember, between the ages of 8 years old and 14 years old. It's almost like every time you happy, some energies just want to create some kind of nightmare in your life, and you're going to keep seeing those energies mirror throughout your life until you get it. That Source, that's somebody's prayer. Expose every enemy connected to me. Anybody that doesn't secretly want me to be happy, expose them. I don't care who it is. You don't want me to be happy? I don't need you around me. I've been saying this for a long time. Why would you want to keep your enemies close? When Source will put a red dot on people and be like, that right there, that's 100 feet away from you is an enemy. Stay as far away from them as possible. Like for real. So Source is saying to you, the next question for you is, what legacy is Aries building, and what must be clear to continue that path? Yeah, some energies are keeping you close to them because they saw you. They saw somebody's potential. Like you can attract something about your water, your emotions. You remember, you all are the I am zodiac sign. So I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart, but specifically I'm talking to your first house. Your energy is for somebody who's high vibrational. You got people's back when it comes to seventh house, when it comes to marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires. And when it comes to their enemies, you got their backs 10 toes down, like for real. You standing behind them strong, right? But you haven't gotten that same thing. You had their back when at the fourth house, when it comes to family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, pets, But when it came to yours, guess what? They made you look like a fool. Fifth house, when it came to romance, you had their back. Creativity, children, projects, fun self expression, hobbies. What makes you feel good? What makes them feel good? 10 toes down. There you were, standing there at attention. How you need me? What you want me to help you with? Dot, dot, dot. What you need. But when it came to yours, it's always something in the dark trying to pull you into something that you weren't fully aware what the heck was going on. Ace of Cups, right? That's first house. When it came to their personality, their temperament, their appearance, self image, first impression, self awareness, outlook on life. So it's the same. You still had their back, but when it came to having your back, where was they? So Source has your back. You don't need them to have your back. Somebody thought something was all fun and games. Would I say? Like you had flies flying around your ear and your ears were just flapping. They were just sitting there waiting to see. They were just going just sitting there waiting to see how stuff was going to play out. They don't need to wait no more because you're going to close this out. You like, you good. You're enforcing a boundary. You basically telling somebody you were never my friend. You were never my friend. You were just sitting how to see how stuff was going to play out. You was never my friend. That's what's going to really shut some stuff down because somebody thought something was all fun and games when it came to your fifth house. You're like, you was never my friend. I'm telling y'all, sources clean the house. There's somebody you could have worshipped with. For them, they felt like something was their way or the highway, right? When it came to your fourth house, when it came to family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, and also pets. But see, here's the thing: when you're dealing with, an energy, these type of energies right here, somebody wanted something their way or the highway, so they had to create some kind of friction and chaos and confusion. To somebody that you could be connected with right now. They want to see how something was going to play out, right? So, but here's the thing because people know you all as being a sign of like go getters, right? People see you as a sign as a go getter zodiac sign, right? And this is how Source is exposing energies. Y'all gonna go up and go, y'all gonna get it. Whoever you are, y'all gonna get up and get out the house and go get it. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to scan my brains right now. Do I know any lazy Aries? I don't think so. See, we're not talking about perfect energies. We're talking about in terms of like go getter energy. Aries gonna go out and get it and be looking fabulous while they doing it, shining, glistening, hair done from the crown chakra down to the root chakra. Gonna have it together, right? But Source is going to expose who has been in secret competition with you as if they haven't left their teenage years. The people who know their power and they know their worth and their value, they will have no problem saying, "Oh, that you really know how to put that together." They trying to help you look better. They go out, they got the go getter. Something about your go getter spirit, Aries, rubs off on them. They want you to look better because it's like, okay, oh, what we doing? That's the kind of spirit that they have. When you rub off on people like that. But somebody is dealing with an energy who is arrogant, who is sensitive, and not in a good way, who's impatient and who's easily angered. It's like, and that's what's been exposed. As long as they can create some kind of friction in people's lives, yeah. But soon as Source shine a light on something, this energy, like I said, they just want to sit back and just let you go out there and work like Seabiscuit while they just sit back and just wait. Like, okay, well, you need to go get more. How come you ain't working harder? How come you ain't doing this? And how come you ain't doing that? So somebody could have felt like, foolish. Um, but Source is also saying, yeah, here we have but something has been overwhelming for you too. Just believing something has just been overwhelming for you too. But somebody is now realizing that The sun exposes the moon. It exposes secrets. It exposes the secrets inside of you. So you could have had some secret feelings about something. That meekness is weakness. Like, how come people don't have enough fight in them? How come they don't have enough fire in them? How come they don't get mad enough and go charging off like they're in a wild kingdom somewhere? So it's like meekness is not weakness. So a lot of people have learned to let God fight their battles. That's how you're living a softer life. Page of Swords here. Yeah. So people get a lot of ideas about people who are open book, right? They like, oh, that person, they immature, they talk too much, they tell too much, this and that. But so it's like a lot of things go to the air, but it's giving you some ideas. Aries is not typically, and I'm not speaking of all Aries, right? Because I don't know how everybody was raised, but typically it's really not a lazy sign. But if you feel like whether you're a man or a woman, that you carrying the load on your back while other people are just talking the talk, and all they doing, they just giving you a bunch of ideas, but they not actually out here doing it, contributing, helping you, that should be a no-brainer from now on for some people. In your personal and your professional life. That right there is your polarity. That is the seventh house. They're telling you that they're your partner. They're giving you all of these ideas as long as you're carrying them on your back. But as soon as you tell them, oh, no, no, I need you to stop sitting around waiting for me to go do X, Y, and Z, and you get up and go do some X, Y, and Z, all of a sudden you the problem, right? Like somebody's treating you like you're a charity case. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Somebody must have forgot who you have inside of you, the great I am, and that you are safe and protected. I mean, and even to certain people, that's going to sound arrogant, but you're like, no, no, no. I have source inside of me. You must have forgot who I am. And when I say who I am, it's like you're like that you have source inside of you. Like you're not being arrogant. You're not edging God out. You're saying you forgot that I'm safe and protected by source. So somebody now knows, like I said, the duality of wolf energy. Somebody knows the duality of wolf energy. Some people are a lone wolf and they are meek. Because how are you going to go out here in the physical world and not be meek, and let God fight your battles, and you catch wind of something, okay, there's danger over there. So I'm going to need you to put a bull's eye on my energy, because my enemies, because I need to see who the enemies are, okay? So I can stay away from certain enemies, right? That's how some people can be lone by themselves. They can get their work done. They can do. I need you to show me. However, source can show you. So when you got some energies, somebody was following somebody all around the world, trying to get familiar with something, trying to create something, that wasn't there. But yeah, just so they can be in the center stage. Here's the Six of Wands, two energies. Just so they can create something so they can be in the center stage, because they were drowning in something. Whoever, I don't know what they was drowning in, but trying to make somebody responsible for something, make two energies responsible, make somebody responsible for something. So anyway, source is saying to you, you're safe and protected from something, whoever you have vibrational. And again, I'm talking to first house, so Aries can be anywhere in your birth chart, right? You're free from something. 10-9. But somebody will definitely not ever go back to letting certain energies have your back that just like to sit and just wait for stuff to come to them, right? Somebody likes go-getter energies just like you are. Because sitting around with people who just want stuff to come to them has been a nightmare. And again, meek does not mean weak. Somebody could have been just looking at an outer shell, but meek doesn't mean weak. Yeah, and so source could have been exposing your demons, like what you've been chained to, assuming that niggas like somebody don't have enough fire in them, they don't have enough fight in them. But remember, you all are ruled by Mars. That's the fighting planet, right? Somebody don't have enough fight because I would have said, I would have done. That's you. So somebody was there to right there just be the antagonist, to just keep poking, 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 because they trying to create something in you that's going to, like, somebody can sit back and receive some money. Remember, the devil is the author of confusion. The author of confusion. So if the enemy can step up on the scene, all it needs is a host, right? So to connect with somebody's temptations. And that's what this was, inner child. So somebody's inner child. Allow me to give compassion and allow inner to compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So somebody is now really, really, tapped into their own inner child, pouring into themselves and getting away from energies who were, like I said before, trying to appeal to your temptation, something that would set you off and get you fighting mad, whoever you are, behind someone's back, creating nightmares. It's like somebody was invoking some nightmares or somebody's spirit. So you're letting go of something. Let go of negative people and toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Invest it wisely and be mindful of who you spend time with. Energetic pull. A true master knows that you create through your actions. Do not hesitate when you feel the energy pulling you. Follow it fearlessly and move worlds. Spark of life. Don't sink into hopelessness and despair. Well, I guess whoever wrote this meant I need to maybe cross that out. But for in you lives a spark of life that is undefeated and unbeatable. You can overcome everything your destiny depends upon. Yeah. Somebody somehow felt like they could appeal to your lowest emotion that would depress you, something that they may have felt like you never healed in those areas, like from between the ages of 8 years old and 14 years old, and drag you into something. Um, Drag you into something, and that would be like modern day, if something is reflective, letting you listen to a video, um, like, oh, sending you like, oh, this person recorded something on Facebook, or did you see that TikTok video or whatever, that, or recording somebody listen to anything somebody can like appeal to, causing you to get depressed or sad. Yeah, the door is open. So pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch magic happens. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. Let me see what else we got going on here. And thank you for those of you all who are sending me like screenshots of energies that are like using Queen Amun Ra's name and likeness on social media. I keep telling people that it's not me on social media, and that's just technology that people are using, and it's getting more and more advanced. People are using all kinds of technology to mirror things. People are mirroring people's computers, they're mirroring people's cell phones. They're just doing all kinds of stuff to create problems, to drag people into some mess. And so it's just saying to you, at some point somebody has to um, go directly to source for clarity at some point, and that's where somebody's going to be living a softer life, because you're not gonna see. You literally will have to be up 24/7 and literally be sitting there watching somebody 24/7 to see what kind of karma, and you still would not see it because you don't know what's going on in somebody's mind. Then we have connect with fire. So somebody's learning how to toss some things into a burning bowl. But I'm telling you, that's gonna be somebody's prayer from now on. So you like, you know what? Expose every enemy around me and show me if I'm an enemy to myself. Expose it. Yeah, somebody had to really be around mirroring spirits. Some energies really wanted you to believe that they put as much work into some things as you put into some things. Like they up and at them. They working hard. They doing this and that, so on and so forth. But source is saying, listen, at some point, somebody just kind of sort of sat back and was just waiting on you to just come in, bring money in the house. And I'm saying that because it is something for like a homecoming. Every time you bring some money or whatever in the house, people clapping and cheering. Okay, we can go shopping. You can be a man or woman. It don't really matter, And every single time somebody was watching something, somebody was like, okay, I'm almost feeling like, okay, well, wait a minute. I'm feeling like a fool here. Something don't make any sense to me. Something is not making any sense. Because again, somebody is feeling like somebody's realizing that meek is not weak. Right action. So let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Either or, like I said, you prayed about it. You're giving something over to source. You're like you're safe and protected. But some energies wanted you to act like you were some wild animal in the jungle somewhere with your ears flopping and flies flying around your ears and you just pouncing and all of this other stuff. It's almost like giving somebody this false sense of like just being a dark emperor energy when source wants you to light emperor energy, right? First house. Somebody is very structured and authoritative. And so, but somebody wanted to bring the unpredictable, very stubborn, destructive, immature energy out of you. That's why you got to know all Aries are not the same. All Aries are not the same. Before you start saying team Aries, you're going to be saying team high vibrational Aries or whatever frequency that you're on. Five of Wands. Somebody going to stop listening to all this conversation that's going on around you. This is Five of Wands energy. Somebody going to stop listening to gossip, because it keeps putting you in this situation like fifth house. Even when people are being shady, they're talking about your romance, your creativity, your children, projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good. And then when things work out, because now something is closed out, oh, I was just playing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Four energies are responsible for something. Four energies are responsible for something. For some, as far as somebody is concerned, four energies are responsible for something. The two energies initiated. They said they had someone on his back. If something happened in a house with four energies, and a lone wolf spotted it. So when I say you're safe and protected, whoever you are, Seven of Swords. Yeah. No more character assassination. People who talk about you behind you, everybody talking about you behind your back is not making disparaging comments. Some people that talk about you behind your back are speaking highly of you. But somebody definitely remember the enemy is the author of confusion and distraction, chaos and confusion. So somebody wants you just in total chaos and disarray and confusion by telling you people making disparaging comments about you behind your back when a lone wolf actually spotted with these four energies that did something to somebody in a house that has nothing to do with you. Five of Pentacles here. Yeah. They wanted somebody to, again, misery loves company. These these four energies wanted this fifth energy to feel, and they wanted to, because misery loves company, they wanted that energy to feel like what it feels like when a person is impoverished, when they're ill, their health is when they're unhealthy, when they wanted that person to feel worried, isolated, financial loss, this need. They wanted somebody to feel insecure. So it's five people apparently possibly sharing a house together, and wanted one of those energies to feel, somebody who was really kind of a loner, to kind of sort of feel what they felt. They felt like somebody was, this person was rich, they got money, they got this and that. So let's do something to make this person feel, some kind of way so they can pay us. Here's a Five of Swords. Let's bully this energy and pay us. But that's already been exposed. Something has already been exposed. The one that people were calling a bully, the lone wolf, exposed it. Page of Pentacles. Because somebody has a whole new lease on life. Yeah, somebody has a whole new lease on life. So that's what I have for you all. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. But like I said, somebody is safe and protected. Stop listening to stuff, people sending you videos and recordings and this and that to distract you. It's going to be a no. You're going to cut the conversation off right there. You're going to number 7 the conversation. I don't even need to know why you sending me stuff, reminding me of stuff that's invoking nightmares. I don't care who you are. You could be kids, grandkids, sister, brother, cousin, my next door neighbor, my colleague in the next cubicle over. It doesn't matter who it is. If I told you that it invokes nightmares and you sending it to me, you're exposing yourself as a hidden enemy. Because why? Why would you keep sending? That's the dark side of 7. Why? Why would you send that to me? You must not want to see me wake up from a nightmare. You want to see me depressed and sad. You're not my friend. So now it's my waiting on some results. So thank you, Source, for exposing some energies who don't want to see me happy, who put a whole lot of energy into keeping you people their back up against the wall with a bunch of lies. Here we had the 2 of Cups here. So that's what makes, I feel like somebody's somebody's a kindred spirit to someone else. That's what part of your soul tribe. Somebody's realizing kindred spirits, like saying like, you go to source. You're not hanging around. Once the scales from your eyes are removed and you realize that energies, okay, so the camera cut off, but somebody is hydrating. Somebody learning how to hydrate. What I was saying before the camera cut off is like somebody just wants to see you broke, busted, and disgusted. You're passing it down to you, your kids, grandkids. Like if you're around people that hate to see you happy, and every time you happy, they got to create something that hurts you. At some point, you got to learn how to close out a cycle. The sooner, the better. Some of y'all are going to start calling people out and just start saying, hey, it seems like every time I'm in a good mood, you're trying to project something onto me. I don't know how you're going to word it. That's what prayer is for. You're asking source for structure and how you're going to structure a conversation. It's like, gosh, every time I say something, I'm trying to celebrate some good news, or it seems like some people only get happy when you're going through some kind of a struggle. They want you dehydrated and confused. So it's like, So source is calling out secret enemies. Anybody that's secretly your enemy, source is going to expose them. What you do with that, because you have free will, is up to you. You can either sit in it, still confused, or you say, you know what, I'm out. I'm not gonna be stubborn. These energies don't like me. I'm seeing a pattern of behavior. Every time I turn around, they create some kind of something to hurt me, my kids, grandkids, my friends, whatever. Hey, you ain't got to show me, but what? At first, it was 7 times, but somebody's getting ready to get to a point. You want to show me 1 time? I'm good. I got it. Got it. First time, you don't have to show me again. Maybe twice. Maybe twice. Right? Your heart has been broken too many times. You don't need to keep reliving nightmares. Yeah. You don't have to wait till somebody is disrespecting you in your face. Like people playing in people's face. Like, no. And I'm talking about physically in your face. Okay? Just so we're crystal clear. But yeah, somebody's been competing with you since y'all were kids. This could be the next door neighbor. Y'all could have grown up together. But it's Anyway, Aries, that is what I have for you. Just remember that the moon affects various parts of our bodies, not because you just ate too much food. It could be emotional eating. But somebody has been carrying people on their back for a long time, loved ones that keep hurting you. And so it's like it's time to pull out the sword and cut some energies off. First time they disrespect you in your face, you about to 9 of swords them because you already know. And 9 of swords means that you're never talking to them again. That's going to be a wrap. That's going to be the end of that. No more conversation. You've gone through too much already. With people who say they love you, you've gone through too many nightmares. It's going to be a one and done for some people. They're going to be shocked, dazed, and amazed. They're going to be shocked. They get one time, if they even get half of their thought out and being disrespectful, if it's not operating in the spirit of love, and that's not you having a God complex, it's just like you've been through too much. Somebody has gone through way too much with people who say they love you. You're not dealing with it anymore and that's just going to be them. You're enforcing boundaries. They won't be able to come in your house. They won't be able to come around you. Nothing. It's nothing else to talk about. But wait a minute, it's only, it won't even matter what they coming back with. It's already closed. Grand opening, grand closing. It's already closed. You somewhere drinking your water and minding your business. That's what I have for you, Aries. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, somebody's not putting a whole bunch of energy into anything else anymore. You putting your energy back into you. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna say you making something all about you. Okay. You're making it about you and source, your creator, through your prayer life, prayer and meditation. That's what you're going to for answers. 9 of Cups. And a lot of your wishes are coming true. Yeah. So yeah, emotionally, you're already gone. From 2 energies, emotionally, you're already gone. Because your wishes are being fulfilled. You know how like like when sometimes emotionally when you leave relationships, whether they friendships, working, personal, professional, when you've already left something emotionally, it's only a matter of time, but physically your body hasn't gotten up and walked away or walked out of a room. Emotionally, somebody been gone. You're just sitting there looking at people like, what in the world are they talking about? Emotionally, you've been gone. So, Knight of Swords. So, you're just staying focused. I keep trying to tell people, everybody that's talking about you behind your back is not making disparaging comments. Some people speak very highly of people behind their backs. They're not being shady, nothing. They're not trying to smooth things over. They just know the duality of zodiac signs. Again, meek is not weak. Somebody was dealing with some lazy energies who didn't want to do the work. They just want to sit back and just be in receiving mode of what you can bring to the table. Those days are over. So you got some weak links in the workplace. I don't know why I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's a manager. Somebody's employee somebody's employee is about to be put on a performance plan because they had just been skating on by somebody's employee, been like like they're ice skating king or queen. They just been skating on by, just waiting on a paycheck to come in the mail. I don't know, or their direct deposit to hit. They just been skating around like skating around something like they're in the ice skating rink. So it's just saying, but somebody don't know. They skate on thin ice because somebody has been getting away with getting paid. I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody has been getting you're a manager. Somebody's a manager, a boss, or something. Like somebody has a lot of wealth in terms of creativity, but the days of the weak links. Here's a 7 of Cups right here because somebody has already been exposed as being a secret enemy. All they got for you is instigating stuff, keeping some mess going, being messy. Source is saying to you, they're not going to make it to your 8th house because you're about to link up with some other energies, right? Who are not lazy. I don't know who I'm talking to. You're about to create something because somebody ain't not going to make it. They're already skating on thin ice. And you can see it cracking from the other side of the ice skating rink. Source and already put a bullseye on something. So say, I'm showing you something that's a secret enemy. You got some energies in your camp right now that's they skating on thin ice. They just sitting there waiting for the check to hit. Here we have stay true. So the need for validation from others is an illusion. You are not responsible for how others perceive you, but it is your responsibility to stay true to yourself. Yeah, somebody's been stealing. And that's how people are stealing. They think because you by yourself, you don't have your finger on the pulse in terms of like emotional maturity, like you can't read stuff. But so it's like, wrong, wrong, wrong. It's not too many Aries that like laziness. I'm gonna just leave it right there. You like to connect with people who are tapped in. You like to connect with people who are tapped in emotionally. It's just a healthy balance of something. That's what somebody likes to create with. Like, okay, balance it out, get it structured. Somebody likes that. Yeah, receiving it all. So you deserve to receive abundance at full capacity, not half, with people skating around the ice skating rink, skating on thin ice. Woo. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. Open up. Somebody like they don't like wasting money. So that's what I'm saying for you all. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Well, it's a whole new day. Looking at this, because somebody sitting there instigating, want to see somebody put out their house. They want to see people getting new leases and all of this other stuff. But I'm telling you, something is shocking somebody, because water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. And some people could be you could have been contaminated by some energies that was dragging you down to a lower frequency, but that can happen to anybody. But put people in the right element around the right energies that's high vibrational, and watch what you see. Somebody going to see a light come on when people go into hermit mode, and they just creating, like they so tapped in. They create this, everything. Every time you turn around, they creating something. And I'm talking about high vibration. We're not talking about something low vibration. Creating something that could create jobs and opportunities for other people, make money, the whole 9 yards. You're like, oh my God, where in all of this is being tapped in? Some people can be in the wrong environment. You can be in the wrong job. You can be in the wrong, around the wrong people, around the wrong whomever in your personal, your professional life. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out with this. I don't know too many lazy Aries. And I don't know too many Aries that's gonna keep laziness around them. That's all I could say. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.